Hi guys, I was just watching S.Fletcher's video on the 1335 and 2300 days, which I've been desperately trying to figure out myself. And he's now pointing to January 8th, 2022. I wanted to point out something that will kind of confirm what he's saying as far as the 2300 days of import from September 23, 2015 to January 8th, 2022. I would like to point out first, number one, that January 8th equals 834 and devoke 19, just switch this around, equals 834, and they name things according to the timeline and according to the codes because they know exactly what this battle is about. They know that God is real and Satan is fighting God in this battle. They know the timeline, okay? So I just find that really interesting. So now what he's saying is from September 23, 2015, when Obama was with the Pope at the White House making a weird showing. I knew something important happened that day because I had a dream. I woke up on September 23 with my heart pounding. I heard a voice say wormhole, 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 and then it said 5714. Oddly, because anytime you divide with 7, you get a repeating decimal of 285714, 285714, and it just keeps going on forever. And then it showed me a spinning tesseract, and I had never seen one before. In fact, it wasn't until like a year later that I saw a tesseract when I was researching something, and I was like, oh, that's what I saw in my dream. I still haven't decoded what those words meant, but the wormhole thing was really interesting because that has something to do with altering the timeline or time travel. We saw, around that time, September 23, 2015, and before that, there was a lot of movies having to do with tesseract. Tesseract and the cube clearly have to do with time travel as depicted in all of those movies in Hollywood. And so when I received that vision, it was the morning of 9/24. So I had gone to bed. After I'd seen Obama at the White House, I went to bed, and then that's when I received the vision of the Tesseract with the words wormhole 3 times. I still have to figure out why I was given those words, and I will soon. But you can see definitely here that the cube and the Tesseract is basically, it's a multi-dimensional cube. It's a cube folding into itself over and over and over again, representing time. And that brings us to this, Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the time and the law, and the saint shall be given into his hand for a time, 2 times, and half a time.
Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. How long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice, and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden under foot? And he said unto me, Unto 2,300 days.
Well, I would like to bring out something that does kind of back up what he's saying, that it's 2,300 days. Let's read the passage from Daniel. This is talking about the Antichrist. It grew until it reached the host of the heavens, and it threw some of the starry host down to the earth and trampled on them. It set itself up to be as great as the commander of the army of the Lord. It took away the daily sacrifice from the Lord, and his sanctuary was thrown down. Because of rebellion, the Lord's people and the daily sacrifice were given over to it. It prospered in everything it did, and truth was thrown down to the ground. And then I heard a Holy One speaking, How long will it take for the vision to be fulfilled? The vision concerning the daily sacrifice, the rebellion that causes desolation, the surrender of the sanctuary, and the trampling underfoot of the Lord's people. And then the answer was, it will take 2,300 evenings and mornings, then the sanctuary will be reconsecrated. So when did he reach the host of the heavens and threw some of the starry host down to the earth and trample on them? Well, I'm going to show you that it's locked into Gematria. I've been learning a lot of the codes that I've been finding, I just decode myself, because God's truth is hidden in the alphabet Gematria itself. And I'm going to show you, because it tells exactly what happened on that day. So 9:23 is when I heard that, when I had the dream about the wormhole. I woke up with my heart pounding. And then it has something to do with the number 7. I still haven't decoded and figured out why I heard those words. But I saw a tesseract, and I know a tesseract has something to do with time manipulation, because Hollywood has shown that in the movies, because they have to show us what they're doing, so they do it in symbolism. Okay, so 9/23/15 to 1/8/22 is 2,300 days. So Steve is bringing out that from Israel's 70th, we have 1335 days, so that would be May 14th, 2018, and then it would be 1335 days to January 8th. Okay, he found that, so give him credit for that. So let's see, so Israel's 70th, so 2018, so we have 1335 days there, okay? And then he showed that the moronic thing, 1290 days. He has the date 1124. The first time that I ever saw anything about it was 1129, but that's okay. So that's an interesting point as well. And then on 1/8, he brings out some stuff about how the evening star becomes the morning star or something like that. Just go watch his video. But I did want to corroborate, because I looked some information up in Gematria, and the Gematria does reveal they did something with CERN that day. September 23 equals 2120. Host body of the dragon Satan tampered our timeline. I decoded this. This was not in there. I'm learning how to decode really well. You have to like take words out, recombine them, put them back in, take other words out, recombine them, put them back in. You have to have a hunch. So what happened was I had a hunch that September 23 had something to do with the host. So that's how I started decoding. So I took out, here, let me show you how I did it. So this is how I do it. September 23, 2015 is what I entered. And then I took out a host. So I go like this. So you find a word that has H-O. So H-O-S-T, okay? And then the next results provide words that give you clues. And then you just keep going on the whole process. but that's how I decoded it. I started it with the word host because I had a feeling from looking up September 23 that that was the fulfillment of Daniel, that he threw the host down. And I'm going to show you that's exactly what happened. So September 23 equals 2120. Host body of the dragon Satan tampered our timeline. Now we're going to deal with the date itself. September 23, 2015 equals 2120, which equaled that code. Year 2015 and Gematria equals. CERN gets fully destroyed. I think when they did that, there was a huge disaster. I think they did that and then CERN got destroyed after that. That's just my... I can't prove it, but I actually really do believe that that's what happened, because I keep seeing codes in here of the CERN disaster, okay? All right, so September 23, 2015 is 2,300 days to January 8th, which is 1335 days from Israel's 70th, 5/14, 2018, okay? And that could be the end of the 2,300 days with the evidence that I'm going to give you now. So September 23, 2015 is 3834. Now check this out. The fallen Barack Obama throw star host down, manipulate the timeline. That matches September 23, 2015. So the gematria of the date itself reveals what happened that day and what Barack Obama did that day. $2,300 days for the reconsecration of the temple, okay? For the vision to be fulfilled, the vision concerning the daily sacrifice, the surrender of the then the sanctuary will be reconsecrated, 2,300, okay? So, next code, okay. This equals, remember, this equals September 23, 2015, okay? Barack Obama throw a star host down to the earth, trample host, 3834. So everybody noticed, and all of you remember going back to 2015, how we were seeing 923 everywhere, embedded in all their stuff. So obviously it was an important date to them because that's just their MO. That's how they do stuff. So we weren't all sure exactly what was going on. And then we saw Barack Obama and the Pope standing at the White House on September 23rd, making a display. And we were all just kind of wondering what was going on. But I believe that display was that they were to do something that day, that evening with CERN. That is when I had that dream, the wormhole dream, where I saw the Tesseract. I woke up with my heart pounding. I thought it was very weird that it happened on 9/23 because I had been following a lot of believers' videos showing 9/23 and everything and thinking how curious it was. And then I saw Obama at the White House on 9/23. And so I remembered the date that I had that dream. It was on 9/23. I think I was given that dream for a reason. And then after that, do you guys remember the Mandela Effect? They released a video from CERN where some guy with grayish, whitish hair was holding a sign that said Mandela. Okay, so and then after that, people started noticing that there was some changes. That the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood song had definitely been changed. I agree with that one. There was something about a movie where the scene was all about the girl's braces. I can't remember. Somebody who knows what I'm talking about, type it in the comment section, please. But the scene was all about the girl smiling with her braces. That's what made it funny or interesting. And now, today, the braces are gone. Some words in the Bible people have noticed have been changed. You guys can all type in what you've noticed, but for me, the big thing is the neighborhood song, Mr. Rogers. I know that for a fact, okay, that changed. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Now it says, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Some things definitely did change. So I believe what they did is they switched us to an alternate timeline, because it says that he would change the times and the seasons, and science has shown that we live in a multiverse of many timelines. I don't know how they did this. I do believe that they're trying to escape the judgment. They're trying to create a world without God for themselves so that Barack Obama, Satan, can be God. That's what I believe that they're trying to do by switching the timeline, so they don't suffer the consequence of the original timeline. But, I mean, look at what the Gematria estates happened that day. Barack Obama throw a star host down to the earth, trample host. Matches exactly September 23, 2015. The fallen Barack Obama throw star host down, manipulate the timeline. And then September 23 itself is 2120. And then host body of the dragon, Satan tampered our timeline, matches September 23. And then 2015 equals CERN is destroyed, because I've been seeing codes that there's a CERN disaster. CERN gets fully destroyed. So whatever plans they had are going to fail, okay? But he did manage to throw the host down and trample on it and manipulate the timeline, okay? But the temple will be reconsecrated, it looks like, on January 8th, if this gematria is correct, and it looks like it is.